And the official time is, I believe...
7:05?
7:05 p.m. Do we have a volunteer to do minutes? Not this time, okay.
I can try, definitely.
The agenda doesn't look too,
Yeah. Let me try.
Okay, so,
I just did them.
So all you're making notes when it started, 7:05,
Got 7:05.
and then who is here, you'll
Yeah.
remember that.
Yep.
And then you're gonna do the minutes.
We can all, like, you know what I do a lot when I do the minutes? I go back on the YouTube for when they record this now.
Oh,
And I
okay.
watch it, and
Oh, what a good idea.
So what I do my notes, and then I do what I've got, and then I go back on the YouTube and I watch it, and then I fill in stuff that I didn't either hear right at the meeting, except for that Zoom meeting you were talking about, that you gotta fill in on these because
Right,
that was
it's
just
too much
information for me,
Yeah.
so. But yeah, that's what I do, and it really helps a lot.
All right, Judy is out due to recent surgery, and we hope to see her at the next meeting. All right. Thank you for typing up the minutes, Colleen.
Oh, no, not a problem.
Did
There was
you-
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we went through a lot of things pretty quick. So any changes or corrections anyone sees?
I read through it, I didn't see any corrections or anything.
Okay. All right, I make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
A second?
All in favor?
I-
Hi.
All right, so all you need to know is Kathy motion, Lori
Lori
second. All right,
Good.
okay. Under the COVID-19 flu, I'm including them all now because we have flu and RSV, and we have not received any Maven updates as nothing's come in. I did email Steve Curry, who is at the Fitchburg MPHN office, also works for Fitchburg Board of Health, to ask, to say that we're not getting any reports. So that was done.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I told you, I'm volunteering at the Hubbardson Center School every Monday to help Ryer out.
Okay.
And because they switched to a new, like a EMS type system. It's called SNAP, and anyway, I have a lot of experience with that, so I'm helping her out. But I had said to her, because she mentioned, she goes, oh yeah, we got this many kids out with COVID, we got this many kids out with RSV. And I said, is that getting reported to anyone anywhere? Because I believe it's supposed to come to the Board of Health, correct? And she said, oh no, since they stopped last year, we're not telling anybody. They were submitting numbers to like a,
Well, they would submit it to the district, and then the
into a site, yes.
Yeah, and then the site would report.
Yes, exactly, and it was
back to
going
us.
statewide, and they were keeping track of numbers. Since they're not doing that this school year, those numbers aren't being reported to anybody that she's got. And I didn't know if that's something we wanted to request, that she start doing, like just keep a weekly tally. And even if she just tells me on Mondays, like from the previous week or whatever, you know, something
Would
like
you?
that.
I think that's a great idea. Would you mind approaching her about that?
No, sure, I'll ask her.
Maybe as simple as by grade level? I don't know. What do you think appropriate reporting would be?
Well, they have pre-K through 5.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem for her because she knows what grade, you know, when the parents
Yeah.
come in and say, oh, they have RSV, or because I know she was questioning if they had to be out of school and how long it was for to be out with RSV. So she was looking up the state regulations and things. So yeah, I can ask her. So you want her to still keep track of COVID, flu, and RSV, those 3?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Raya Bennett, she's the nurse at the Hubbardston Center School.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you spell her first name?
R-Y-A.
Okay.
Oh, right.
She's
Just so you know.
Yeah, she's actually
I've
at
had a lot of conversations with
Nature's
her.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
this week.
Oh, that's, yeah, you would have,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, she's in Charlton with Nature's Classroom this week
Okay.
with the 5th grade, so she probably won't have any numbers for this week. But
That's okay.
going forward, maybe I can be like the
Would-
the school go-between liaison
Sure.
person. Yeah, okay.
That would be great. It would be
Because I was just surprised that those numbers weren't going anywhere anymore.
reported even to the district. Well, attendance.
She said they weren't keeping track of that anymore.
Interesting.
There's a place to report it on the school website, on the district website.
Yeah, I
Like,
think most
as a
parents
per-
aren't.
right,
Yeah,
as
they're
a
not doing
parent,
that.
you can do
They,
that, yeah.
They'll call a Briar and they'll say, hey, little Susie's out with RSV, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
When can she come back? But I don't think they're actually,
Yeah.
yeah. So Briar's just getting, you know, and some people don't even tell her clearly. The kids
So
are
if
home with
it's-
COVID, they're not saying that.
RSV, they're probably going to a doctor, right? The kids and the families taking them to a doctor.
Yeah, and
So then,
the doctors have to report that stuff. It's
Exactly.
reportable for the MDs.
Right.
But as far as COVID goes, if they're doing home tests
Mhm.
and not telling their primary care provider,
I know, it
we
could
would be
be.
the only numbers for that.
I think it would be very useful for future grants and everything. That
and I
may
think it's good for
Might-
town-wise. I think it's good for us to know how many of our
possible
local.
also to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
So if she could do that, that would be great. We don't want her to put tons of effort into it, but I'm sure she has numbers on a weekly basis.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Under Title Fives. I believe we have two here. Mailed in. Envelope. Oh, come on. There we go. So the first, yes, there are two here. One is at 24 High Street, and it was approved, passed, I mean, and the property is up for sale. That's why it was done. And the second one, done by the same inspector, is at number 8 Natty Pond Road, lot 19.
That one passed also?
It does pass.
What was that, lot 19?
Yeah, as it comes around to you to do a quick look-see, you can, you can get that, confirm the addresses. Start that one that way, go both directions. Water tests. We do have water tests. Going through all of this. The water test that is in the folder was the 103 Ragged Hill Road, and the areas that were of concern before are normal now. That was new construction, 103 Ragged Hill Road.
Oh, okay, yep.
So this sample was just done in October appropriately for the new construction at that site. So that person is good to go. And I'm just viewing. All right. And I have the rest of the packet for the construction, so I need to, I'm just gonna call Richard Stevens who works with Rutland. He covered for Phil Ledger on this report. He just included his information, but he didn't sign off on things, so I gotta have him make a note that it's gotta be signed off on.
Phil Stevens, is that his name?
Phil Ledger is our sanitarian, and he was unavailable. And Richard Steven,
Okay. Needs to sign up.
yeah. And then
So you're gonna,
she should be able to be ready to move in pretty soon.
so is Richard Stevens not like approved by our town?
So he does have permit to operate in town.
Oh, okay.
And for perk tests and other things. He did the Title V's on these two.
Oh, okay.
So he does work for the town.
Okay, so it wasn't like Phil brought in somebody from.
No, no,
that
no.
Nobody ever heard of? And,
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
He's a good guy. Richard Stevens is great. Sorry, there's an S on his last name.
Stevens.
But going forward, Phil's gotta
Let you know.
let me know ahead of time, and I need to talk to, because Richard Stevens does Title V's, perk tests, and other things in town. Gotta make sure that there's no conflict of interest
Right.
with anything on any of the cases. So
Okay.
that's the main thing that I have a concern about, just a little tiny bit. I don't think he would ever do that because he's really a really good guy. So
And he agreed to that, right? I saw those emails back and forth.
yeah,
Phil did,
yeah, yeah, and I kept you guys in the loop about all that. So I'm trying to be better about keeping you informed of everything that's happening, whether you want to hear it from me or not.
It's good to stay in the loop.
Yes.
Reviewed 11.
Well, it's easier to come to the meeting with the
Yes,
information.
there's less to be
in your head,
explained than
like, yeah.
here, yeah.
Yes, and it builds your base of knowledge for all the activities that are going on under the Board of Health, since two of you are pretty new, so. But that's, I believe there's other water test results in the office, but I didn't want to disturb where they were, so we'll finish up on those later. What's next?
Permits?
Permits, yes, we do have one. Make sure that's just the one.
This one.
Right. It's RJ McDonald, and an application for an installer's permit for construct, alter, repair a sewage system. And they're out of Barry, and there's no debt owed, so, and they paid their fee, so it's okay to, I make a motion that we approve this permit.
And I'll second it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
All right, here we go. And we'll sign off on that. Expires. Okay. We keep, by the way, we always have one official copy of minutes, and once they're approved, as chairman, I have to sign off and date it. So, just so you know, that's part of what goes on. Okay.
The installer's permits there too on the top. Okay,
I've got
just so you know.
one border. Okay, I'm gonna keep things organized the way they came in. Oh yes, I have to write that we did review it. Excuse me, before I forget. All right. The next part is bylaws, which we are tabling. And then I do have the cannabis odor letter / update. I don't watch meetings on YouTube, so I was not aware that, but spoke with Sandy about that we were, going to send a letter out today, and she said that in September the selectmen had several complaints, and both owners of their operations, the two operations, came in to answer questions to the public at the September meeting.
Oh,
I'm not sure which
The
one.
selectmen meeting? Oh,
Yeah, the selectmen's meeting. Subsequently, some of those same people came to our meeting,
yeah.
which is fine.
Is it
And-
because they didn't get any satisfaction from the selectmen?
As far as I understand, just a very short, brief conversation. That is my conclusion. But that was also part of the process of that we did need to figure out how many complaints was going on. They needed to make official complaints to the Board of Health and so on. So,
You're saying the owners of the companies came in to the select board meeting?
yeah, of the
Okay.
two operations, yeah.
Growers.
Yeah.
So, I think we have in front of us the one that maybe it's my copy. Where's my clipboard?
Well, this is the one that's in the packet,
Is that,
is the one that you originally wrote.
okay. So, Colleen made a few changes. Can you just, here's yours. Which, it read a little better. There was just a few. I wrote down that this is yours. Okay. So did you all get to look at the way I wrote
Yes.
it? And then,
Colleen sent hers as well.
did you get to
Oh,
see hers?
I sent it out on email just a
Okay.
couple hours
Yeah,
before the
no,
meeting, because she
yeah.
had,
Oh, no, then no.
because I was,
I haven't checked my email in the
okay.
last few hours.
I know, I don't check my email a lot, but I was on it most of the day today
So-
doing this.
This was moved down here.
Okay.
See here?
Yeah.
It's the same information.
It just reads better, actually. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
It read better, and I was like, I know it's reading better. I can't tell you exactly what the changes were, so I'm going through to read the differences.
Yeah, there was this line here. And as it says,
Okay.
we would ask instead of.
Oh,
we would
yes.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
I did,
line.
so, did you read this, Liz? Okay.
Yeah, the second
All right,
one.
because this is, I just remember I brought a copy of it. Okay, so this is the one that I wrote. Well, she wrote it, I just
Edited.
edited it a little bit.
And then she changed
Yeah.
that, and then this.
So at that selectmen's meeting, the public was able to ask them questions? Is that what we
Right.
are to understand?
That's what I was
I
told.
wish we had been invited.
No, we were not made aware.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they went because when they came here, they didn't even,
I
they did
didn't-
not
Right, it was not.
even mention that they
Yeah, but
had
if
gone
the
there already.
select board was
I'm not
doing
sure
that, I
if
So
wish
it
I had
happened in the same
said,
week.
hey,
I'm not sure it happened in the same week.
I know, because if you said it was back in September,
Yeah,
and now this is the middle of November, it'd be hard to remember back,
yeah,
you know,
Okay.
how close that was to that meeting,
correct. I don't know the answer to that right now.
especially when we didn't even know it back then, so.
Okay, so these are the main changes. Here, here, and here, and then this. This here.
And then I actually added the last sentence.
Yes, you
Well,
did.
not the very last one, but the,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Colleen, thank you. This looks great.
you're welcome. I just,
That's why I put out a draft, let you guys look at it, and I think your editing really helped.
oh, okay,
I think
thanks.
it reads better. You're aware of it too?
Yeah, I have a small edit. My name is spelled wrong. It's an S at the end.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's Kevin.
good. Yeah, don't ever be afraid to say
Sorry.
we spelled something wrong because what we, not Judy, what was she?
Linda? No.
No,
I
what
don't-
was she called? Oh my
Julie?
God.
I forget.
What?
Some,
Oh, I think it was Julie, yeah.
I don't remember that.
When Lori first came on, was it Judy that kept calling her Julie? So I finally said, my name is Colleen. But that's okay. So don't ever be afraid
Okay.
because you want everything
I am
right.
going
So.
to correct this right now.
That's cute.
Okay. So,
I don't know. Marijuana never used to smell like skunk when it was being harvested or grown or anything. I don't know why now it has this
Maybe it's
horrible odor.
It might be the quantity,
The-
right?
Well, I had heard it's the difference in the level of THC,
Oh,
maybe, and
yeah.
because it's like 4 times the THC as the old marijuana, like back in the
there's
80s.
a lot new variety, more.
That this is it's a more
varieties.
potent variety, and it has this horrible odor. It's just too bad they couldn't just go back to.
So part of their original permitting was an odor abatement plan, right? Do we
They-
know what that is? Like, have we seen what they were?
It's in, yes, but I didn't bring.
those flowers out front.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring the actual permits with me. They're at home. I'll
Oh.
bring them to the next meeting.
That's what I was going to ask you when I was doing this. You mentioned in here that it was in the special permit that they had to.
Yes,
Not
and
have-
I have copies of those.
Okay, because it would be nice to like be able to cite like the paragraph or something in this letter
Oh,
that's in the special permit.
That's-
not-
Yeah, in which you agreed not to have odors.
okay.
Should it?
I wrote that on the other one. I marked up and everything, and then I threw that away because I had just printed this out. So when you're talking about it, yeah, it'd be instead of the Article 22, which is fine, that should
Well,
stay in there.
that's, yeah.
But the
yeah.
the special permit from the town is that's
Well,
to me like
they're aware.
right there.
I think they're aware of that. I don't know if we.
The original said cannabis operation. This says marijuana operation. Is one better than the other, or should it say growing operation?
I wonder if there's a difference, like specifically between the two, you know?
Cannabis is like the real legitimate.
Yeah, it has to be. It's
of
cannabis.
the plant.
Yeah, so you want to call it that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should it
cannabis.
say from your cannabis?
So, yeah, I know, so it
operation?
should be harvesting or growth or,
It's.
because I don't know.
Or just an operation?
It's an operation,
Okay.
so because
All right.
that covers
Everyone.
planting, growing, harvesting, drying.
Okay.
If that.
Yeah, actually, it does say cannabis here, but then it says marijuana here.
I'd be curious to know why
Okay.
they think.
Oh, I
like,
did
what
that.
is
I'm
causing
sorry.
the smell, like what their take is on it, like
Yeah.
which part of their process is causing this smell.
And where it was their first year, was it different
Yeah.
than what they expected? Will they
I
be doing
wish
something
they had come to
next
our
year?
meeting and
Yeah.
not the select meeting.
Well-
The select board meeting, because you know, we're the ones, right, that have the power to.
It's okay. The
Enforce.
selectmen, it is a correct venue for citizens to raise this at the select board meeting, and also here. So by having people attending both is good. I don't have a problem with that.
I know the
But
actual growers attending. our
we have
meeting.
not asked them to come, so, as of yet.
Well, we could always say,
We could
and
include
we're
that.
asking them to submit a plan, we can actually maybe ask them to come to the meeting to do that. Do we want to meet with them in person, or do we?
Yeah, so that could be like an in-between step. Let them submit a letter, and then if we have questions, the next, one of the things we can do is then ask them to come to a meeting to answer those questions. So I think this is step one.
Okay, this is step one, and then.
And then if we have questions about what they submit, we can ask them to come. And we'll take
We do
it,
have some time now, because
Yes.
this time of year is not the issue.
correct, but, so I don't even think we have to put that in here,
Okay.
but that I would expect that we will be asking them to come
Okay.
and talk about it. Maybe give us a tour of their facility.
I'd
That
be
would be,
interested to see
yeah, that would be
that.
really.
Yes.
And all of that. So,
Yeah.
but we'll start here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is a.
This is the place to start. I would like to make a motion that we approve this cannabis complaint letter with the, in the third paragraph, that marijuana be changed to cannabis. And that we make the corrections to the spelling of Demalia and Pauletas.
Putellus.
Let me see.
It's a hard one.
Say that again.
Putellus.
Putellus. Sorry.
It was right on the minutes.
Yeah. It's probably because I did it. I'm not a good speller anymore. I used to be. I'm not anymore. Sorry, folks. As edited by Colleen. So we're using that version.
Okay, so
now-
do you want
now-
to change this on my computer?
So, yeah, we'll have to make these changes.
And then bring it in at our next meeting, and then we can,
No, we can approve it now, and then
oh, okay.
I can get it sent out to them
Oh,
next
okay,
week.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, so then you could just make that,
I'm just saying, these are the changes we're gonna make before
Okay.
we send it out. Do I hear a second?
Just a second.
All in favor of
Aye.
sending out this letter?
Aye.
Okay. Thanks for your help, Colleen. That was good work. Under the public health nurse position, I have not seen that anything new has come in.
No, nobody's applying. Is it still out there on,
I don't know. Well, it's a good question. Ask Judy. Make myself a note. Ask
I don't know when they're advertising? I know she did send it out in the MRC, I saw that.
Right.
But I don't think she got any response to it. I'm interested to know where else it was being advertised.
I only remember her saying she was going to do that. I don't
The
remember her
MRC.
saying
Yes.
anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She put it out on her
her
email.
next step was to contact some individuals that she knows of.
Oh, okay.
And she may not have done that since she's
Yeah.
gone through some surgery.
Yeah.
All right. Under the open septic and engineering reviews, we had 103 Ragged Hills engineering review come in, and one more. Okay. That's that one. All right. All right, that's the only one I have in front of me. Under perk testing, we now have, lot 39 and 41 on Ragged Hill Road for perk test, and 53 Underwood Road perk tests, and 52 Lombard Road, 3 of them.
These are perks?
Mm-hmm.
Is 39 and 41 the same lot?
I believe it's a combined lot for new construction.
There's a lot going on, Ragged Hill.
I know, huh?
Okay, what did I do with it?
I said, the last agenda was multiple unnamed lots. Are those the same?
Yes, they're starting to get listed as numbers at least. Yeah. Here we go. And a third one, Selfridge Lane. No house number.
What lane?
Selfridge Lane, it says.
Oh, Selfridge, okay.
Selfridge Lane,
Yeah.
but there's no house number.
So there's 4 altogether?
Yeah. As of right now, those are the new ones. We're not taking anything off the list.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the next meeting, I will have a clear understanding of where each property is in its plan, whether it's in testing, whether it's repairs, or new construction.
Do we know this first one on the list from last time? It says 44 Millville Road, 46, question mark. Do we know if it's 44 or 46?
No, we don't.
So just the same.
We still don't know. That's why I say I'm hoping by the next meeting, I will have a better understanding of where we're at.
So these ones, the new ones here.
Yes.
Oh, well, actually, the lots on Ragged Hill Road,
Are they on the other list?
they're on the, yeah, as Liz
Right.
pointed out, they're on here. So they didn't say perk next to them though.
Right.
So
I
now
know
they are perks. Okay,
Mhm.
so that would have to be changed.
to,
So just replace that
Yeah, replace
one with
multiple,
yeah.
you're gonna use the same
list. Yep.
So now you got 2 numbers.
right. 30.
And this is not gonna be, and this is gonna be a perk. And
Yeah.
then you've got fill to be determined or to be done. Is that gonna be still also next to these?
Those 2 perks.
These were the perks in the last minutes.
Right.
Okay, so these
Phil
will,
is going to handle those, yes.
okay, all
So
right,
you can take that away.
okay.
Like take that off, the fill, TBD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. Under food inspections, the Rod and Gun Club was done. all food inspections have been done except for the Unitarian Church, which is a December activity.
Okay, yep.
And I don't have a specific date for someone out of town to come in and do my inspection of my kitchen. But I will get, it was done in December last year, so to do it in December again this year is okay. It's still within 1 year.
So
All the other food.
they're all passed,
Yes, they all
except for
passed.
Unitarian and Ladybug.
Right.
Okay.
Those are the only two that have not been done for the year. Everybody else has had, all the commercial sites have had their 2 inspections, and everyone else has had their annual inspection.
And she's Ladybug Farm.
So, I'm on target this year for the food inspections.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I, at this point, have all the paperwork in a folder at my house because things have not been that well organized here in the office, so I've been just holding everything. And it'll come in the next couple weeks in its appropriate folder once I know where that is. The open complaints, there's no new ones, so there's nothing to be said there.
Does anybody know what's going on with that shed right on 68? It's right around 240, 30
Yes.
or 245.
So it was falling down.
Yeah.
Way back when I first got on the board, it always looked a shambles, but someone said that they actually checked back then, and they were paying taxes on that little shed. Because if you have buildings, it affects your taxes. Whoever owns it now is in the process of fixing it.
I noticed there was some new windows.
So
There's
they're
a new
top.
window, and
So
they're
yeah.
changing the roof line
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
okay.
actually higher.
I think they're gonna make it useful.
I think they're
Because it
gonna-
really wasn't much of anything, I don't know.
Right, so they're doing it
It's
piecemeal.
so close to the road. Is that like?
Yeah.
Is that okay? That is it
It's
like
just a
grandfathered
shed.
in or something?
Yeah, it would be.
'Cause I wouldn't think you
grandfathered in.
could build anything. that
No,
close
they're
to
just
the road.
repairing it, so
Okay.
it's okay. And if the
Okay.
homeowner's doing it, it's okay. As long as they're just, it'd be
Repairing
nice if they're just repairing it. And basically they are,
Yeah.
from what it looks like. So that would be nice. It'd be,
Yeah.
have a good looking shed when going down past that spot in the road.
And they could
Yes,
actually,
it
it'll be useful to them.
Yes, for lawnmowers or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Our new business is that Gabby submitted her resignation and her last work day is next Monday. I'm planning to come to the office 11 a.m. next week and start a notebook that will have lists of where things are. I'd like to start a notebook of all phone calls that are on the answering machine. Or if someone else takes a phone message, that we have a better documentation than this. No date, no time, no, it doesn't say who called. The phone number and the name is actually the electrical inspector for town, because I called the number to see what
It's
was
Darryl
what.
Sweeney, yeah.
Yeah, and I just didn't happen to catch that. So I was like, I don't know if that's his number or the number of the person asking for help. So
Okay.
we're gonna have a better organized system than this.
Yeah.
I did
Maybe
take
with like some columns, date,
Right.
time, person calling, complaint or issue, and the.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can
and-
buy them at Staples. You just, like they have the message pads. You just leave one next to
It
the
can even be
phone.
done on the computer, you just have like a,
Yeah.
kind of like an Excel sheet, right? And just enter the stuff in. That's providing the computer doesn't go down again.
I'm gonna do a paper copy, sorry.
I know, we lost
And
all
took a
that
phone call today, and because I don't have a notebook, it is on stickies, and how to reach someone to address the issue that really has to do with the building inspector.
Remind me what Gabby's last day is.
Monday, the 21st is her last day. So, the plan is that after Thanksgiving, Judy will come in on Mondays for a couple hours, late morning kind of thing, and I will come in on Thursdays. So we maintain the 2 days, the same 2 days that Gabby was here for the Board of Health / building. And then Sandy said I could talk to Mark Greach, who does the zoning and planning, to check phone messages on Monday afternoons and go through. That's why I want a written log.
That makes sense, yeah.
A written log, because there's going to be 3 people looking at the same thing. And the information on the Board of Health computer, a lot of it is private. So we're going to have a public composition book running tally of, and when they're handled, you just say handled, signed off, done, kind of thing, and then move on.
Sounds good.
So until we get someone else hired.
Right, because that'll just be temporary.
This is temporary,
Yeah.
hopefully only for the month of December or shortly thereafter. Okay, under turnovers, receipts, financial reports, I saw the folder to be paid, and both the MPHN bill and the mowing of the landfill for the fall they were still in here. So I asked Sandy for the email address of the person that these bills will go to. I emailed that person today, so I'll find out if she's paid these bills or not. Since they're in here, I'm assuming they haven't been paid. So I'm working on that. We have our first bill from Phil Ledger, and actually he didn't total it up. Oh yes, he did. And he submitted his tax information, his W-9. It's ready to go. He's done 2 engineering reviews. And it doesn't give me a time frame. Okay, I'm gonna have to have him date this. There's no date. I'll call him back.
Put a sticky on it.
Yeah.
No date.
I'll put it on my note. Phil, no date on your bill. Okay. Maybe it got run off. I'm gonna put 11/17/22. And then this is his order number, it's his first bill. I'm just writing that in. I'll talk to him about it. And the total amount for everything he's done so far. Oh, it's on the back.
Yeah, it
Oh.
printed the rest on that side.
Okay.
So it must have just been too big a
Gotcha.
page, and
I didn't
then
catch it.
printed,
Oh, okay,
printed
yeah.
the rest on another page.
It's probably like a little size page or something.
Sorry.
Is that the date submitted then, not the
The date submitted was 11/4/22 for $1,700. I make a motion that we approve him to be paid.
I'll second.
Colleen seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. So then I just noted that on here. Okay. Any other unexpected subjects?
I did go to the senior center last Thursday. I stopped in there and took a look at the AED. It appears to be a brand new one.
Oh,
There's 2 sets of adult pads in it that are current, so the expired stuff is gone, but that the AED looks like a new unit. So the battery was good and the pads were good.
Good.
And I took it out and it looked like it was in good working order. There was a couple of women there that were, oh, what are you doing? You know, so I told them who I was and what I was doing. And, oh, we would love someone to come in and show us how to use this. He said, well, maybe after the holidays, Judy and I can work something
Yeah.
out, go in there, and maybe through the MRC
Mhm.
and do it that way. So, certainly don't mind giving them a,
well, somebody in there should know how to use it.
Yes, and and I told them, all you have to know is to press the power button, and then it talks to you, it tells you what to do. They put it in a room with second graders, and they were able to successfully
Yeah, but
use
they
the
don't know
unit.
that. They don't know how easy it is to use. So they have to be, just to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a 10-minute, okay, this is,
Yeah.
get a bunch of people, this is how you do it, and then that's it, then they'll understand, oh, it's so easy, all you have to do is
Yeah.
this, But right now,
Gotta turn
they
the
think that
unit
it's
on.
a major,
Yeah, you gotta press
project.
the power button. Power
Mhm.
button. Yeah. So anyway, we can, I told them, we'll talk to Judy and get that set. I was gonna pester Judy now when she's home convalescing, but,
Okay,
we'll
that
take care
sounds
of that.
great.
Yeah.
And so we should probably put that in for next time as
that'll be an easy thing for Judy to get out to do, too. I mean, an easy project to get her out of the house and just do that for a couple,
All right.
for an hour.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, we'll have to-
make myself a note. I'm adding it to the old business for next time. I should have put that in there. Sorry. Any other new subjects? Okay. I didn't put on executive session, so we do need to add number 14, that we will be going into executive session after this. I'm sorry. That is an unexpected subject. All right. So the official time is 7:53 p.m. So I make a motion, we adjourn at 7:53 p.m.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.